What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Russell James back at you with another Holy Paladin video. This time I'm going to answer probably the most common question that I get, and that is, how do you AoE heal as a Holy Paladin? Alright, so here we go. I'm going to use this Sanguine Depths. It's an 11 key that we timed the other day. It was a pretty good pug group. It has a Demon Hunter, a Mage, Marksman Hunter, I believe, and a Monk. One thing we're missing is a battle res, but I mean, you know, when you plug into a group, you gotta do what you gotta do. I'm going to play the video in real time and let you see exactly what goes down and what happens. Then we're gonna rewind it and play it, and then I'm going to kind of like go through it step by step. I'm gonna pause, tell you what abilities I'm doing, and tell you my thought processes and why I do and why I did the things that I did. Here you go. I don't know why I was looking behind me. This group of ticks right here, this can one-shot a tank if they don't respect that pack. If you look at the healing done, that tank did no self-healing, no damage mitigation whatsoever. That's a sign of either a tank that don't care or a tank that just, you know, is inexperienced, because that pack right there is quite dangerous. There's another bad pack right here. Looks like we're going to be popping Prideful into this pack, so that's always in the back of my mind. When you start running dungeons 10 and above, you should really know the dungeon. You should know what packs are dangerous, what needs to be interrupted, when tanks are going to be popping Pridefuls for the most part. Be mindful of your cooldowns. I mean, really. Try and, you know, be self-aware. Situational awareness is huge. Oh, there we go. We popped Prideful. Doesn't look too bad, right? Looking good. Things happen so fast in dungeons, you know? I mean, we go from one pack that almost one-shots the tank to another pack that can wipe a party very easily into a Prideful. And what's next? Oh yeah, the boss. And there you go, and into the boss. So that's good. We got Lust and Pride buff here, so. And you can't always DPS with a Holy Paladin. And well, hold on, let me rephrase that. I can't always DPS with my Holy Paladin because I pug a lot. And most of the time, pugs, well, they require a little bit more healing than your normal, you know, group. Like say you run with a group constantly. Well, you probably know the dungeon and you know the strengths and weaknesses of your party members. So you can go like with a DPS build. All right, so let me pause it there. Now that was in real time. All right, now let's give you the breakdown. Here we go. So immediately, like I said, the Demon Hunter leaps in like Superman. I have 2 Glimmer of Lights on my party members. I got an Infusion of Light proc. I know from experience that these ticks right here can one-shot a tank. They are very dangerous. They do a stacking damage or something like that on the tank. And if they don't do any sort of damage mitigation, you know, they could die within a global, you know, so got to be careful. So I want to spread Glimmer out to the party members. So I Holy Shock the Mage, get that Glimmer out to him. Word of Glory onto the tank, which procs wings because of the talent Awakening. Throw Bestow Faith onto the tank. Bestow Faith, always want to use it on cooldown. Tank is sitting pretty low. So I Blessing of Sacrifice, and at the same time, I put my damage reduction bubble that reduces damage taken by 20%. Whenever I do a Blessing of Sacrifice on a tank, I always pop that on myself too, to help, reduce the damage incoming. So yeah, the tank is taking stupid damage. He didn't pop any damage mitigation. He didn't do anything, so I got to hold his hand. Go straight into a Holy Light. As soon as I do the Holy Light, I do a Holy Shock to put the Glimmer on him. Bestow Faith is about to pop. Bestow Faith pops. I have 3 Holy Lights, and I'm well into another Holy Light. Boom. 4 Holy Power. Tank is back up to 75% health. Word of Glory back onto the tank, which procs another free empowered Word of Glory because of Divine Purpose. Use it on him to get him topped off. Throw a Holy Shock onto the Hunter. Now, I'm doing all this, and I don't need to do it. I could have just threw Holy Shock back onto, the Demon Hunter. But it's kind of like muscle memory. It's kind of like I always try and get Glimmer out to the entire party. So Bestow Faith back onto the tank. I was going to do a Holy Light, but I got Quaking on me, so I can't. I wait a few seconds. Holy Shock onto myself because I was down a little bit, which then gives me an Infusion of Light proc and 3 Holy Power. So I used the Word of Glory onto the Monk, which, by the way, the Monk was taking crazy damage this dungeon. He's melee, so what do you expect? All right, so this pack right here, this can be a quite dangerous pack. Not only does it have the ticks, it's got the Brute, which does AoE damage, and this is where we're going to be popping Prideful. So in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, try not to use all your cooldowns because we got the boss right after this. Okay. So immediately, Holy Shock onto the tank, followed by Word of Glory. Followed by Bestow Faith. Go right into a Holy Light. Followed by another Holy Light. Holy Shock onto the Mage. Word of Glory onto the Monk. Right into another Holy Light onto your tank. Into another Holy Shock onto the Monk. Like I said, the Monk was taking a lot of damage. Followed up by a Word of Glory onto the Monk. Bestow Faith onto the Monk. Right into a Holy Light onto the tank. I went to do a Flash of Light onto the tank because I was going to try and build up Holy Power fast. But I seen that Holy Shot came off cooldown, so I just canceled it and did a fresh Holy Shock with a fresh Glimmer onto the tank. Bestow Faith pops. So now I got 3 Holy Power. I was gonna do a Holy Power, but then I kind of made like a judgment call. I was looking at the health of the party and the health of the mobs, and I was thinking to myself, I could probably use Divine Toll right now, and we aren't going to be popping Prideful for another 30, 40, maybe 50 minutes. So Divine Toll ought to be available into Pride. So use Divine Toll. Everyone's got Glimmer. So let's just continue. This is the hard pull right here. Word of Glory on myself. I don't know why I'm moving around so much. I should have just stopped and casted, but I don't know what I was thinking. Right into a Holy Light onto the tank. I stopped it because Flash of Light because Holy Shock came available. So I did a Holy Shock onto the tank. Now I got 3 Holy Powers. Word of Glory onto myself. Now, I'm looking here and I feel like I'm not healing the party fast enough. So I make a judgment call and I pop wings. Go right into throwing Bestow Faith onto the tank and going right into a Holy Light. Which then followed up by another Holy Light. A brand new Holy Shock, leaving a brand new Glimmer onto the tank. Followed that up by a Word of Glory. Into another Holy Light. Into another Holy Light. With Holy Shock back onto the tank. Followed up by another Word of Glory. Into a Bestow Faith back onto the tank. Right into another Holy Light. The Brute just did a big AoE slam. That thing is just killing us. So Bestow Faith pops. I've got 3 Holy Power. I do a Flash of Light onto the Hunter. Everyone has Glimmer. I do a Word of Glory on myself. Word of Glory onto the Monk, which pops Prideful. So now I'm thinking pop Prideful. I don't have wings. I got Divine Toll in 29 seconds. We should be good. Right into a couple Holy Lights onto the tank. Holy Shock onto the Mage. Word of Glory onto the Hunter. I've got the orbs, so I try not to move too much, but I do want to position myself correctly. Right into a Holy Light into the tank. Cleanse the Mage. We're all a little bit low, so it's getting to be crunch time. So you, in situations like this, you got to make snap judgments. Who to heal, who's going to benefit the most from your heals, and who can survive the longest without you healing them. At this moment, I do a Holy Shock onto the Mage. Now I got 4 Holy Power. Do a Word of Glory on myself because number one, you have to live in order to heal everyone else. So let's heal me. Let's get in. Got to do some damage to this damn Pride because this Pride is not going down fast enough. So Judgment, Hammer of Wrath, because I got the Wings proc. Hammer of Wrath also gives a Holy Power, so Holy Shock came back off cooldown. Holy Shock the Monk. I got 3 Holy Power. Word of Glory onto the Mage. Still Faith on me. Let's go in there for Crusader Strike. Pride is at 50%. I got 5 seconds until Divine Toll pops up. I make the judgment call to go ahead and just use Aura Mastery, which does a 15% damage reduction. I didn't want anyone to die right before the boss, you know. Holy Shock onto myself. Word of Glory onto the Hunter. Go in to Crusader Strike and get some Holy Power generated. Oh, Divine Toll is back off cooldown. Divine Toll. Now I know we'll be good. Cleanse the tank. Holy Shock onto the Monk. Get you 3 Holy Power. Word of Glory myself. Still Faith onto the Mage. Don't move because you have the orbs on you. Now we got the Pride buff. And we're about to go into the boss. Unfortunately, I had to use pretty much all my cooldowns on that. So, looking at the Divine Toll, we got like pretty much a minute into it. But good thing for us, We had talked about it, you know, we're lusting on the first boss, so we'll have lust and the pride buff. So we ought to be able to burn it down before he could do the AoE slam and leave those balls on the ground, okay? And then we go in, start DPSing it down. Do some shield slams. Some big damn judge. Healing party members when needed. Try and get that group soak. I think we missed it. Bro, our DPS is pumping. Look at that. Hunter doing 9. Mage almost 9. Monk 8.5. The tank 2.9. Me, I'm sitting at 2.4. It would have been a lot more on my part, but I didn't have wings, you know, and I didn't drop any consecration. That's okay. Looking good, looking good. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. So how do you AoE heal, you know, a party as a Holy Paladin? You just saw it. So there you go. There is really no easy way that I can tell you how to group heal or AoE healing as a Holy Paladin. One, you've got to know your abilities. You've got to sort of know the group that you're running with and their abilities. You've got to have great situational awareness. You got to know the dungeons. You got to know which mobs and which packs are really, really dangerous. You got to have a little bit of communication with your party, you know, like knowing when they're going to lust and all that stuff. Or as in 10 keys and above, you know, knowing when the tank is going to want to pop prideful and all that stuff. You got to be able to tell, you know, when's a good time to use a cooldown, when's not a good time. You got to gauge your party's DPS. How long is it going to take for them to kill this pack? Will I have the cooldown up for the next pack? Would you start thinking more along those types of terms, then you're going to be more successful. Holy Paladin is not a very easy one-click chain heal efflorescence type of healer for a party. No, it requires a lot more brain and thought to be successful compared to BFA when it was just holy shock glimmer, holy shock, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, there you go. There you have it. That's gonna be it. I hope you learned something from the video. If you have, excellent. I've done my job. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video. If you've got a question, leave it in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to be notified when I release a new video. I hope you all have a great and wonderful rest of the year. I really do hope that 2021 is a lot better than 2020. So stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.